back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button so that you won't miss my next video. Today I'm making a sweet potato and black bean tortilla soup. This is so good. I've been making it a lot over the past couple of weeks and it is delicious. This is the second time I am filming this soup video because the first time I had an absolute disaster in the kitchen. I've never had a disaster like this cooking, so it was a hot mess. So what happened is a couple of months ago I went to Home Goods and was looking at their pots and pans section, and I came across this really beautiful yellow terracotta cooking bowl. It's kind of like a Dutch oven. I had never bought anything with terracotta before, so I checked it out, and it had like a seasoning process that you have to do, kind of like with cast irons. You have to like prep it before you cook with it. So I spent a little time seasoning the pot and getting it ready, and I just put it back in on my shelf because I wasn't really ready to use it. But for this video, I really wanted to use that because I thought it would be perfect for just the look of the video and cooking the soup in. The soup was on the stove. I had the stock, the veggies, the spices in there, and it was ready to go. It needed to simmer for 30 minutes. So I cranked up the heat a little bit. All of a sudden, the terracotta bowl cracked in half, and the liquid stock went everywhere, all over my stove. It went under the eyes. And in this moment, I quickly grabbed the bowl and ended up burning my hand. So I was in major pain. I had to call Matt and tell him to quickly come over and help me because soup was getting everywhere and it was an absolute mess. So anyways, that video was donezo. It was awful. So I ended up having to throw the bowl away and completely redo the video. So anyways, I ended up going to Kohl's and finally getting a Dutch oven, and I used it for the video today and I love it. It's amazing. So I probably will never get a terracotta bowl again. Yeah, that is a funny story. You really never know what's going to happen in the kitchen when you're cooking. Things don't always go right when you're cooking and filming videos. This is just life, and life happens. So we just clean up and move on. But the cleanup was an absolute mess. It took me forever. I had to take all of the coils out of the stove and get a spray and gloves and like all these cleaning supplies to like clean all under the stove. I hope that you enjoy the soup recipe today. Let's get straight into the video.
In a large Dutch oven, add 2 tablespoons of olive oil and bring to a simmer over medium heat. Then add in a large yellow chopped onion, a small sweet potato peeled and diced, a red bell pepper, and half of a medium jalapeno. I used half because I'm sensitive, but you can use a full one if you want a little bit more spice. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and give that all a really good stir. Then cook on medium for about 10 to 15 minutes until the onions are translucent and all the veggies are softened. Then add in 4 cloves of minced garlic, 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, 1½ teaspoons of chili powder, and stir that all in together until the veggies are nice and coated. Then toss in 2 cans of black beans, 1 can of fire roasted diced tomatoes, and 4 cups of vegetable stock. And stir that really well until all of the flavors are nice and combined. Crank up the heat just a little bit so that it starts to simmer. And then you can cover it with a lid and simmer it gently for about 30 minutes. While the soup is cooking, we're gonna make our homemade tortilla chips. I didn't have any flour tortillas on hand, but I did have these chickpea flour tortillas that I got at Whole Foods. They are gluten-free and they made a delicious addition to this soup. I loved how they came out. You'll just need 2 or 3 tortillas and just cut them in small little strips and place them on a parchment-lined baking sheet. And all I did was basically just drizzle them with a little paprika, salt, and pepper, and then a little bit of olive oil and stirred that all together. Then bake on 400 degrees for about 8 minutes, stirring halfway through. When the tortilla chips are ready, they should be crispy and a light golden brown color. Right before you're ready to serve the soup, add in 2 tablespoons of fresh lime juice, followed by 2 to 3 tablespoons of fresh cilantro. These 2 ingredients give this soup the most dynamic flavor. When you're ready, you can serve the soup in some little bowls and top it with some freshly chopped avocado and the tortilla chips that we made earlier. The avocado is optional, but I love it in the soup. It is delicious. And sprinkle some extra cilantro on at the end, and you have the perfect cozy winter soup.
So yeah, this soup came out amazing. We're gonna do a taste test. I really love this soup. It's so good. The black beans with the sweet potatoes are so delicious. It makes the most amazing texture and flavor. High protein, full of vitamins and minerals, protein, fiber, all that good stuff. This is a really healthy and very delicious soup, so definitely give it a try. And if you do, let me know. I hope that you enjoyed today's recipe. Give it a like if you did, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss my next video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!